Okay, so I've only had like half a cup of coffee, and I wanted to show a few of you how to apply the makeup, because a little goes a long way, and I was really boogering it up by over applying, and it just looks streaky. So if you're getting streaks on your face and having a hard time with really falling in love with the makeup, let's try this and see if we can't get it right, okay? So we're just gonna kind of go through where I was messing up, and I want you to get it right. And my palette looks a little different than yours because it's a little bigger, but if you choose to get color matched, we can definitely set you up there. But you will usually have just 4 shades, and I'm going to start out with Mango because I have a lot of redness and I tan easily. So mine looks super dark, but it's really not. So I'm gonna dab it in, and I'm just dotting it across my face. And you can already kind of tell that it takes that red right out, which is kind of amazing because I've never had a foundation that does that. It really has to be caked on to do that. And then it just looks cracky and fake and like I've got a ton of foundation on, because I do. So I've never really worn a foundation that just looks like I'm not wearing foundation. So this is something I've fallen in love with, and it enhances everything you've got going on naturally, and it's beautiful. So I'm just dotting here and there, getting my coverage going on, making sure right in there, because it's super red. Okay, then I'm going to take my lighter color, and I've been using White Peach, and I'm just gonna dot it right there in the corner of my eye. A little bit goes a long way, so right there, and probably a little bit right there. See? Already better. Wait till we blend it out, okay? That's the magic. So we're just dotting, just making baby dots. So I'm not shoving it in, I'm not getting aggressive, I'm not damaging my skin. I'm just kind of taking it easy and making a few dots here. And I'm highlighting the pieces of my face that are just naturally where the sun would hit with this, okay? All right, then we're gonna take our contour color. So that's gonna be the darker, scarier color that you kind of wanna shy away from, but don't, because it's really cool. And what you can do with this is you basically come in and you give yourself shadowing, and you'll still do the same concept of dotting here. If you do your little pucker face or fish face and see where your cheekbone is, you're gonna get right up under here with a few dots, okay? And so I know it's dark, but bear with me, okay? Probably could have been on a little more. And I use Astoria for that, for mine. I have high cheekbones, so I start a little bit up here. Okay, so we can't forget to contour our jawline. So all this starts back here, and I know this looks super weird, but see how I made a swoosh? Go ahead and make that swoosh back there by your ear, okay? And then I like to do like a little crisscross feet, okay? I got a little ambitious there. If you have a taller forehead, which I do not, I have a very short forehead, you would dot a few up in here and blend, which I can show you a little bit of how you would do it, okay? So your face gonna look a little bit like this at this point. And then you're gonna come in with your blush, and literally you can't mess this up. So even if I pick this darker one, after I've even got the red cheeks, watch how this happens. So I'm gonna dot it, and I'm gonna come in right here, And I'm not, it's like 3 dots, okay? I'm not going in and going nuts, okay? That's all we've got going on here, okay? So here's where it gets super fun, and you get to see how this plays out. So my face is looking like a hot mess, okay? And you're probably sitting here thinking, what in the world is she doing? She is doing color by number. So I'm gonna take this little brush, and I'm gonna start with my lighter colors, and I'm just gonna blend and dot. And the secret to this is just going in here, and it's a cream foundation, so you're just letting it melt on your skin as you're sitting here dotting all of the things, and you're letting it just kind of blend in, and a little bit goes much further. So as it starts smoothing out, you get a better coverage just with that little bit, and all the colors kind of work together to make it pretty. And whatever color combination, if you can get the color match on your first two, like the basic foundation, then whatever else you put on is just like a bonus. So you really can't mess that up. That's the fun part about this, is that you can take a darker blush when you're feeling feisty, or you can go like a little bit, you know, prettier and do something light and very girly. But whatever your mood is, you can get into it, and that's how it works. And I mean, it works for so many different skin tones as far as the eyeshadows and the blush, and they're just easy to apply. Once you get to this point, I mean, it's just this easy. And I mean, we dotted in some specific areas, which if you don't know where to dot, I am more than happy to help you learn. We can do a Zoom call, or we can do it in person if you live nearby. But I'm doing a little bit up in here because it kind of helps give me a base for my eyeshadows. And if I was going to recommend anything, it is to spend most of your investment on getting a good color match, and then the eyeshadows and the blush. The eyeshadows are the ticket. And make sure you get by your ear, because that look a little weird. And right here, I'm just using a little bit of round circular. And literally, that is how quick it goes on, and the coverage is good. So I've basically got my full face on for the day. I could go out like this, and it's just a natural look. And I've got all my red covered up and my under eye issues. I could go out just like this. But if we wanted to take it a step further, and we wanted to see just the eyeshadow and how that looked on, then we can literally take one eyeshadow. If you wanted to just invest in one eyeshadow, then you can get just a matte tan eyeshadow and do so much more with it. And it's so blendable. I will include the colors that I use. So if I'm just looking to come in here and give it a little bit of color, you see a little bit goes a long way. I did not load my brush up at all, but it is plenty of color and super blendable. That's what I love most about this. And the colors just kind of go together. You can take one or two colors and make them look gorgeous, no matter what you're doing. It's like, I've been told, like, hey, you need to work on your eyeshadow game. And I felt like I just could not do eyeshadow. And with Seint products, I feel like I at least have a better look. It looks more natural, or I can dress it up. It just depends on the occasion. When I got married, I had a beautiful eyeshadow look going on, and it was all with these products. So you can do a little or as much as you want to do, but this is one color. And I'll finish out the other side. If you wanted to go a little bit darker, then you take a duo and just come in here. Like my everyday look, I'm probably just gonna leave it here, but I will show you how to step it up just a little bit and make it pretty. But it's super simple, and I mean, if I can do this, you can do this, because I was not good at it. Probably could still use some tutorials, but you know what? We're gonna get better together, okay? We're gonna work on that. So I'm gonna take this darker color right here, and I'm gonna come in, and you're thinking, oh no, how is that ever gonna blend out? Because that's what I thought. If you don't wear a lot of eyeshadow. And it's just nice and pretty. And it works. Any of it works together. And you can have a full face. So the same thing you use to contour with, you can use on your eyeshadow, or on your eyebrows to finish those out. It's very versatile. You can use your blush on your lips, and it's beautiful. So just within a couple of minutes, we finish this out. I'm ready for the day because it's a simple look, like ready to go out. Didn't take a whole lot. Did it on here. I mean, if I can do it on my first video with you guys, I mean, you can do this at home. Super, super simple. But this is where you get the most bang for your buck, is in the eyeshadows. And I'm just now starting to expand and in my eyeshadow game with Seint, and every single color I have tried, I have fallen in love with. I mean, there's not one that I would think and say, oh no, that's not it. It's just not for me. So if you want help pairing them, maybe say I've got, this skin color or an eye color, what would you suggest, to start out with? Just holler at me and I would be glad to help you. And then we will get you started. So to finish up, I would do just my mascara, and then I would probably come in with a little bit of what I used on my cheeks, because that's nice and pretty. It's good and creamy, so it doesn't dry your lips out, and that is all there is to it. I'm ready to walk out the door. So it took a little bit more time than what I usually do in the mornings, but that's just because we're talking through it. But I mean, you guys can do this. And if you are struggling with one thing or something else that you just aren't falling in love with the makeup, let me know in the comments or send me a message, because we can work through it. And it's kind of like a learning curve, because when you're switching over from one foundation or a certain technique that you have used your entire life to this makeup, it's kind of like you have to learn. And if you are like me, I actually bought the makeup. I bought the basic palette, and then I put it away because I thought, this is just not for me. I made such an investment and I was frustrated and I got mad. I was like, I wasted all this money on this product and I can't even use it. It doesn't look good on me. And I put it away until I talked to someone else and they said, oh no, you're using too much product, you're doing this technique. That's why we're doing this video. So hopefully this helps you and you can be a rock star and rock this makeup and fall in love with it just like I know you will. So good luck, and let me know if you have any problems. Bye.